Hello, and welcome to Sarah's Baked Goods. Today we're going to be making blueberry pie. This is my favorite pie, and I need to tweak it just a little bit more, and so that's what we're going to be doing today. So, let's get into it. So to get started, we're going to draw the moisture out of our berries by mixing in our sugar and salt. Always taste your berries to determine how much sugar you need. These are a bit more sour than normal, so I'll add the full amount, 150, and then our little pinch of salt. Now we'll just mix this up, let all of the juices come out, let this sit for about half an hour to an hour, depending on how thawed out these berries. These berries are pretty thawed, so probably just half an hour to get all the juices out. We'll turn that into a sauce, put this back in, and then put that into our pie shell. So let's just wait 30 minutes and then come back then. Now that we've waited, we can just pour all the berries in here. Just spread that around a bit and lightly press so all the juices come out. Still dripping. So we'll let this go for a little bit. While it drips in, we can add in our allspice and cinnamon. This is to taste, so it's up to you if you like a lot of cinnamon or a lot of allspice. Just keep in mind, allspice is a lot stronger than cinnamon, so if you put a ton of allspice, there's no need to put any cinnamon because you won't taste the cinnamon anyways. There we are. So we'll just let this sit for about 10 minutes to let all the juices come out, and then we'll start making it into our sauce. Now that it's stopped dripping, put these blueberries back. Get any liquid that you can. You want all of it to make sure you don't have too dry of a sauce. There we are. So we're just going to stir this up to make sure that the spices are nicely mixed. And then we're going to just put this on the heat and use our lemon slurry to thicken it up. So let's just turn this heat on. Make sure that we have this mixed. And make sure you're fully ready. Make sure before you put the slurry in that you give it a nice little mix to make sure that the cornstarch is fully dissolved into your liquid so that you're not just putting giant clumps of cornstarch in, because what will happen is that will immediately cook and won't spread throughout the whole thing, and you're just going to get giant gelatinous cubes, which means you're going to have a less thick sauce, and it means you're going to have to strain it to get rid of those gross cornstarch bits. Once this is all fully cooked and thickened up, we'll take it off the heat and add our butter. Till then, we'll just wait until this heats up. Now that's steaming, we'll pour all this in and mix quickly, right away. Scrape it all out, make sure you get all of this in. And it's already thickening up. Make sure you cook out that starchy taste. So just keep this going for a good 30 seconds to a minute to make sure that you get all that starchy taste out. Take it off the heat and we'll add in our butter. Just slowly mix that in. If you put the butter in while it's on the heat, you're going to lose all the shine that the butter gives you. So just make sure that it's off the heat when you mix it in. And you just mix this till it's fully incorporated and no big butter chunks. Okay, so now that this is fully mixed in, we'll put it back with our blueberries and start working on our pie shell. Now to get started on our pie shell, all we're gonna do with this is roll it out just like normal. Any extra bits will be used for the lattice, similar to our cherry pie and our other lattice pies. So let's just quickly roll this out. Make sure your dough is nice and cold so that the butter's not melted. The more the butter melts, the more it's going to get rubbed into the dough and the less flaky your dough will be. So just keep that in mind while working with this. If you're going slow or you're in a very hot area, maybe think about stopping halfway through and putting it back in the fridge. Once you have it fully rolled out, just put it onto your tray. Ooh. Let it roll off. If you need to, slowly drag it back. Make sure to leave extra dough since this is a lattice and not a topped pie, so that when you fold this inwards, you've got a nice big piece and it's not too small. There we are. Put this off to the side. Roll this up one more time. Try and layer it on together. The less you work this dough, the better, the more it will be flaky. So I'm just gonna square it off. Cut it in half. Then cut it into thirds. And that should get you 6 pieces. If you notice one piece is bigger than the rest, like these are 2 smaller pieces and this is a bigger piece, just cut and make sure that they're all even. Don't worry about these 2 small pieces, we'll put them on the edges. Just make sure you have 2 nice long pieces so that you can go across the whole pie. This is still a bit too wide. There we are. This will have to be thrown out, but now that we have everything set up, we'll put our pie together. So here we are. Pour all your filling in. Spread your filling around so that it's nice and even. You do want it to be slightly taller in the middle, so it looks bigger than it is. And we're just going to do our simple lattice. Here's one of our long pieces, so it has to go there. Be very careful with blueberry. Blueberry is a lot more staining of a color and will burn a lot easier on your lattice and on your dough. So keep that in mind when you're placing your lattice down. slightly mess this up. It's okay. Just be careful. And there you are. Simple lattice design. Slightly fix it. Once you're happy with what you got, cut off the extra. And then you're just going to fold this upwards to become your rim. You want this to be nice and tall. You don't want any of the blueberries to come out. Once you have this nice and folded over, make sure it's nice and tight, stuck together, then you crimp. So simply just crimp. Watch out for the blueberries. If you touch the blueberries, wash your hands, because again, this blueberry will burn your dough and make it look not so nice. And you spend all this time working on it, you don't want to be ruining it at this stage. There we are. Fix any parts that you think needs fixing. And then simply egg wash. Be very careful when you egg wash the lattice. If you drag that sauce everywhere, you're going to burn everything. So be extra careful. We're going to put this in the oven for 12 minutes at 400 and then reduce the heat down to 350 for the remainder of the time. Once you're done egg washing, fix areas that you think needs fixing that look odd to you. And there we are. We'll put this on a tray, put it in the oven. Here's how the blueberry pie turned out. I'll just wait for this to cool down, then I'll set it up for pictures and taste testing and give you my feedback. Hopefully everything has tasted better and it's looking good, so at least that part's good. We'll come back when I'm ready to eat. Now this is still a bit hot, so that's why it's melting in. If you do let this fully cool down, you won't have this problem and it will hold its shape still. It's just because it's still very hot. However, I want to taste test it and make sure that everything's good to go. Nice and sweet. A little bit of tang from that lemon juice. Just that little bit of hint of cinnamon and allspice. Great combination. Everything's been fixed. This is a perfect pie for if you want some vanilla ice cream or something like that. Perfect for Thanksgiving. If you've liked this video, please like and subscribe. You can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. I even have my own website. Thank you, and have a nice day.